This is where you start to see the inflationary effects of the spending and the spiraling debt, is things get more expensive and your earning power doesn't increase commensurate with the higher expenses. So what will happen is you'll see here, the US today imports $4 to $5 trillion a year. So that's $4 to $5 trillion that US consumers and businesses are buying from abroad. And then we import into the US and use those products and services. So the cost of all that just went up by 11% as the dollar declined in value against the average of all these currencies. And that's outside of increase in prices that may arise because of the tariff effect, where folks may say, hey, let's charge more for tariffs. Whether it's the cost of tariffs or the cost of the debt, the dollars that you have to spend now just went up by 11% to buy the same thing. And if that compounds and that continues, and your earnings are not growing and your assets are not growing commensurate with that, that's where dollar devaluation happens, and where asset devaluation and income devaluation. And that's where, again, we open up the door to a thing like socialism, where people are like, it's now twice as expensive to buy my groceries. It's twice as expensive to pay my rent, and I'm not making any more money. Man, I need a solution. We got to get together and get the government to make everything free. And that's why I'm so convinced that there's a rise in socialism in this country. Because in this sort of an inflationary environment, like we're seeing so far this year, you don't see it in the dollar inflation numbers, you see it in the dollar currency numbers. You're going to say, man, I need an alternative. That's why
the paradox to that is free stuff is not free. It means increased spending, which means you're stalling the plane even more.